Now let's talk about deleting a node with a value of 9 in our single linked list. This algorithm requires at least 2 nodes. You must have 2 nodes. So there is some edge case here where if we have a linked list which contains only one element, which is our head. So basically this condition we can fix it using a simple comparison. If we're checking if the next element is null on the head pointer, and if the next element of the head pointer is null, then we know that we only have one element. We just check that head element, the element at the head pointer. Once we make sure that we have at least 2 nodes available, we're just gonna start our algorithm. And let's talk about what we have here. We have our head pointer, and we're gonna make a clone of our head pointer, and we're gonna make another clone but for the next element. So we will have a pointer and a pointer for the next element, and we will keep iterating until we find the required node. And for this case we're searching for 9, so we will basically iterate. Now we're starting our iteration, and we're going to check if the cloned pointer number 2 here, which has a value of 3, is this value of 3 equals to the value we're searching for, which is 9? It doesn't, so we just move one step forward. So we'll shift our pointers one step. Now our cloned pointer is pointing at 3, and our pointer number 2 points to the next element, which is 9. Now we're gonna compare, is the 9, the element we're searching for, equal to the value of 9 here? It does equal. So how can we delete this element? In single linked list, we basically need to make our element number 3 here point some way to the next element of 9. So how can we do this? Since we already have our pointer 2, which points at element 9, we have a reference to its next element. So we can use of this pointer. We can make use of this pointer, and we can also make use of our pointer 1. How so? If we have our reference to the next element, so we can make a way of pointing the next element of pointer 1, which is this case, and instead of pointing to this 9, which we don't really want, we will point it to the next element of pointer 2. So we will just point the next node of value 3 to the next element of node 9, which is stored in pointer 2. And once we do that, we will have this look, and we have deleted our node, and that's it for how can we delete a node in a single linked list. Let's say we want to delete another value, let's say 15, which doesn't exist. At this scenario, we will just search throughout this single linked list completely until you find that you have reached to the point that there is no element that exists, like you are searching to the point where you have null value here. So basically you don't have an element that has a value of 15, so you just return false, or you return whatever you want to implement in your implementation. And that's it for how can we delete a node in a linked list.